If your favourite champion gets mentioned in this video, deal with it. This is a list of the champions that I, personally, just cannot square with. This isn't a comment on how good these champions are, nor is it a comment on the people who play them. This piece is designed to entertain, and if you don't get that, it's not my problem. There are not many champions that I could claim to hate. Hate, as I'm sure we've all been told from a young age, is a strong word. It's a bad word. It's a word reserved for only the champions that boil the blood. It is reserved for the champions that awaken the primordial instinct in all of us to grow horns, defenestrate our devices, and channel our inner trappy.
Fucking hell, you fucking wanker! You literally threw that special.
So I'll keep this video brief. There are only 3 champions whose existence I consider an insult to my own, so let's, reluctantly, get into it. Guillotine 2099 comes in at only number 3 on this list, because I don't actually object to her offensively. When using this champion, one cannot help but be impressed. Such enormous damage with particular application to tough endgame content is something that every roster needs. So why is she on this list? Simple. I cannot fight Guillotine 2099. This may seem like a strange sentiment, and I understand there is a worryingly large portion of the community who cannot wrap their brains around the concept of an opposing perspective, so I'll just say this slowly. Just because you find her easy does not mean that I find her easy. Any comment underneath this video that says, "Oh, she's simple, just use X," will be swiftly deleted, and not before I send a B2 to your address to ensure the removal of your soul from this mortal plane. Try me. It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter who I use. I always find a way to cock it up. I am incapable of finishing this fight at 100% health. I could use Gallon against Guillotine on the power burn node, and she would still find a way to end me, my entire bloodline, and give me a wedgie for good measure. I understand that a wedgie is not technically a mechanic in Marvel Contest of Champions, but just trust me. Every time I see her in Battlegrounds, I ban her. It doesn't matter what rank, it doesn't matter what rarity. You could have a 7-star rank 4 signature level 200 version of Jesus Christ himself, and I would still ban your Guillotine 2099. It's that simple. The second champion to enter Marvel Contest of Champions in 2025 also comes in at number 2 on this list. I'm not going to comment on how he is the spitting image of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, although the resemblance is uncanny. I will instead focus on how this champion's design is nothing but a disgrace to humanity. Kittl is the tumour inside a cancer patient. He is the pimple on a teenager's face. He is the prime symptom of Kabam's sell the disease, sell the cure champion design philosophy. The disease that is Bullseye is so corrosive and so imbalanced that everything down to the last minute detail in Kittl's kit is so specific that his target matchup was, I kid you not, a singular node champion placement, node 49 stun reflection Bullseye on the old Alliance War map. I repeat, he is designed for a fight that no longer exists. If you want any more proof that Kabam makes policy decisions based on a drunk coin flip one Friday night, Kabam made a champion that not 5 months later literally does not have a reason to exist. Do you see why he's on the list yet? The fact that it's even still possible to redeem this champion with his defensive potential only drives my anger. Every time somebody dares place him on defense against me in Battlegrounds, my right eye starts twitching like I'm about to have a stroke. The day I lose to a Kittl on Battlegrounds defense is the day I delete my account and instead use this channel to post cat memes. And I haven't even got to the bit that really fires me up. I thought we got rid of self-inflicted recoil when Black Bolt got buffed. Yes, I thought the game had moved on from this. There is no reason for this ability at all, beyond overcomplicating and therefore weakening his design. Any claim that this health loss is to balance his damage output is perhaps the most condensed pile of bullshit ever produced by a mind that claims to be human, because not 2 months after Kittl released, the game was graced with Jean Grey's introduction, and 2 months after that, the buffed version of Cyclops was released. Both of these mutants are capable of rivaling or surpassing Kittl's damage output without self-harming like an 8-year-old after watching Toy Story 3. I am not going to describe this character as a champion. To call Corvis Glaive a champion is an insult to all other champions in this game. I will instead call him what he is, a scam. Corvis Glaive is a scam. He is the biggest scam to ever exist in Marvel Contest of Champions, and yes, I am including last year's Banquet event in that statement. Corvis Glaive was released back in 2018 when the biggest health pools in the game were around 200,000. Of course, this is where Corvis thrives, and unsurprisingly, he took the game by storm. What angers me is that every time a new level of power came out after that, there have always been a couple videos that look something like this. You get the picture. Your average innocent summoner is going to think Corvis Glaive is the literal second coming. Anybody who claims that Corvis is competitive, practical, or flat out any good without the help of champion boosts, power back boosts, suicide masteries, and in some cases, synergies, is lying to you and is lying to themselves. The player, rather like a middle-aged dad desperately trying to keep his old Porsche running, must devote their life to making sure they always have the resources to make Corvis Glaive work. If they don't, he's as useful as a hole in the head. For a champion that people may dare to consider among the greats of the contest, his uses in the modern day are next to none. The release of the 7-star version of Corvis Glaive had me curled up in a fetal position in the corner of my bed, praying for the hundreds of souls who were gullible enough to give money to Kabam during the Omega Days event to get a champion with zero practical applications outside of incursions. It's disgraceful. If you've been following my channel for a while, you may know that I've already made a video about my hatred for Corvis Glaive, and despite a 17-minute tirade, there were still those in the comments who sought to defend this smug bastard. The only glimmer of hope anyone looking to defend Corvis could possibly cling to is his use as a nuke in top-tier Alliance War. Well, guess what? Not anymore, bitches!